What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're jumping back into some more Deathtrap, but this time we're going to take a look at the Sorceress. Zaps Excessi. A good name. So the Sorceress is a very different character than the Mercenary. I'll just let her backstory play real quick.
In the other world that we call the Ink, there are islands in the void. Places where the ancients built strongholds to keep the monsters at bay. The first swarm burst out of the Ink heart ages ago, and the beasts kept coming back. During each cycle, they tried to break through to the everyday world, but the vicious traps around the portals took care of them. The strongholds have fallen into ruins since the last cycle. Still, a prophecy says that the next swarm will come soon. I have been trained for that moment since I was a child. When I was sent to the strongholds to refine my mystic powers, I had no idea how accurate this prophecy had been. The portal that brought me here vanished, and I heard the sound of the chaos portals opening. The new cycle has begun, and I'm here alone to stop it.
All right. So there we have the introduction to the Sorceress story. It looks like she was raised from birth specifically for this task, unlike the Mercenary who sort of just stumbled into the job. But of course that means that we start with nothing. We still have most of the things that we stowed away from when we were playing with the Mercenary, so if any of those become useful, might just hop in and grab them. But we're gonna have a very different set of skills. The primary attack skill is something that hits a single target, and I don't believe it has any AoE properties, though it does have the ability to restore the Sorceress's resource, which is mana. So the Mercenary had Rage, which refills upon killing enemies with his attacks, as well as striking them with his primary attack. This is mana, it recharges on its own, and hitting an enemy with an Ice Bolt, her primary attack, has a chance of, or well, it does restore some of it, and also ignores a small percentage of the enemy's armor. Slows enemies down, has a chance to freeze them too. Then we have her alternate attack, Lightning, which is a long line of damage. You can hit multiple enemies if you can line them up well. Really good for single lanes where enemies aren't going to be turning a lot, or where you can hit them on a good angle. But you can actually increase the length of it. And it stuns enemies, that's important too. Ooh. Small chance of killing enemies instantly. That's amazing. And increases the length. Oh, that's all nice. Chaos armor. Whenever you hit, there's a chance that a bubble of vulnerability will spawn around you. It's very low. 2% per level. Max level on most skills should be 10. Meditation. Increase your max resource. Then we have our trap skills. The trap skill for the Mercenary just double the damage of a trap. With the Sorceress, you choose a trap, and if it kills anything during the duration of this ability, you gain significantly more essence from it. It's similar to the global ability Soul Web, but only works on a trap. And then the chained skills will increase the duration and increase the damage. So ultimately, it can become similar to the Mercenary's ability, but then gain you a lot more essence. We have Arcane Crafting. She's specializes in mystic traps, whereas the Mercenary was mechanical, and she also likes dealing fire damage. And then these are, for the most part, these two are global skills. Mark of the Keeper and Mark of the Keeper is the global. This one's unique. All enemies are affected by vulnerability against ice damage. So this means her primary attack will deal more damage than any other ice ability she has, are more effective, which makes this actually extremely good because she starts off with a global world ability called Icy Wind, which deals damage to everything that is on the map. So there's a lot of interesting things that you start with. The character's a mix of ice and lightning to begin with. We're going to start on hard, and let's hop into the first map. Now, one of the things that you probably will notice if you saw any of the mercenary gameplay that I did is that by default, the Sorceress has no mobility skills. And that's important because that means while she's a ranged attacker, positioning is going to be paramount whenever you're pretty much doing anything. So very careful about what you decide to do with her. All right, that's everything. Let's go ahead and get this started. Yeah, battle skills, health potions, wave start. That's where they want me. All right, and I'm still getting used to the fact that I believe all your skills refresh when the waves are over. Actually, I shouldn't be doing it that way. Okay, yeah, that's gonna get them. There we go, and you can see I'm getting a significantly higher amount of essence from the enemies that were killed by the boosted trap. And mana is somewhat interesting. It regenerates at a fixed rate, the percentage of your max, and any action that you take decreases the mana regeneration. While moving or attacking, you generate 40% less mana. If you are getting hit, I believe you generate 50% less, and they stack. So you can drop your regeneration down to about 10% of its normal amount. And I think by base, it's about 4% of your max per second, maybe a little bit higher. Okay, so we have this side kicking in, and one of these.
I feel the craft crackling in these old wonders.
Yes, that's the best way to go about it for now. Icy Wind isn't super powerful at 275 damage, but dealing it to a large volume of enemies at once can make it so that it scales really well. Unlike the world skill of the mercenary, because it deals damage, you want to make sure you have as many targets on screen as possible, rather than just, you know, trying to make sure that it synergizes with a specific group of traps. Alright, so this enemy has ice armor. They should take less damage from ice. Another thing, enemies will have armor to specific elements occasionally. That makes it a bit more difficult to try to take them down with those elements. Do that, and then boom, yeah. Okay, now we got to set up for last guy.
Should be enough.
Should be. If I place this, I won't have to worry about this lane at all. Let's do it. Alright, boom.
I'll stand my ground.
So it's a good idea if you have an opportunity to use skills like big ones that have long cooldowns on waves where you have a lot of enemies out. Because the cooldowns reset between every wave, just go ahead and blast your skills. Definitely no reason to hold on to them or not use them.
The Lord of the Swarm is here.
All right, everybody can freeze. Okay, so these are no longer going to be used. Wonder if I sell these.
My craft, your dead bodies.
All right, we got that. Yep, got us the essence trap. Nice. So you just have to have the essence available at the end of the map. You don't have to not spend things. But that's good because that means for this character, I won't have to work on grabbing the essence trap later. And we get some bonus health and bonus physical damage from this belt. This character has an affinity for mystical traps. That means we're going to be looking at using these a bit more. The mechanical traps still offer a lot of utility there, so I'm not trying to overlook those by any means. Cause a slow effect 100 times. So also that means that things like this will help you unlock the other traps. Immobilize, stun, or freeze 250 enemies. We do that by default with our primary attack. Since we have the lava grow, we're also going to want to make sure that we get the bonus damage on it and the ignition effect. Essence trap. And chance the enemies reward 3 times their essence. Wow. Look the enemies with 30% vulnerability against poison. Also nice. This will probably be really important with the marksman. The marksman has poison skills. Yes, the enemies will be stunned for 3 seconds when they first step on the trap. Triggers only once per enemy. Only a 10% chance per level. That ends up costing you quite a bit. Each essence trap increases the efficiency of each essence trap by 5%. Wow. And that's 5% per level, so you can make it so that having multiple essence traps on a map will give you significantly more essence. Killed creatures drop 10% more essence. I'm not sure if I want to start spamming essence traps yet. Let's focus on things that will actually have an immediate impact. Decrease the cost on that. That's important. Don't really need damage boosts yet. Trap reset time is super nice. Max charge, attack range, chance to bounce. And for this guy, I think the most important thing is going to be the vulnerability increase. Combos well with the gun sentry. All right, so what we have there, go ahead and see what we can do to boost up our character. One of the things, if you're going to be really focused on trap construction, is arcane crafting. It's not too bad early, but one of the things that will probably get you a lot more bang for your buck is boosting the transmutation charm. Giving traps the bonus damage and increasing the length of it will make it significantly better. Probably wouldn't even focus too much on increasing the essence gain from it, but just doing something like this, and then you have an 8.5 second duration ability that gives you a 20% damage bonus on the trap, 150% more essence on kills, and everything else is good there too. This doesn't add any additional damage to the ability, just makes it a larger area, which is nice, but not the most important thing. Although this will get you mana back faster, which can be used to activate the lightning skill a bit more often. So something to think about as well. I will probably eventually dump a lot into pyromancy or icy wind as well. This is the low chance to freeze. It's really not that big a deal. Cooldown on this is super important though. All right, let's move into the second area. Gonna do it on hard. Now I'm probably going to be running through these a bit quicker than I did with the mercenary because this is less of an introduction to the game and more just showing off the differences in the character. We'll get there him when we have the opportunity. We don't need to go down there yet. Oop. Yeah, you can increase the speed while you're not actually having map started yet. Let you move around a bit quicker. So go ahead and add that bonus damage and the ignition here. Enemies will be coming this way. So this really won't reach that far from here. There's a tower, a mystic tower, the Phoenix Pillar, that will have that extra range. 2 zaps here, pretty nice, and we want the bounce. The attack range is okay. And then we will put one more. Yeah, I don't want the flame, bro. Let's go with.
I'm so proud of these traps.
The slows. That will trigger probably all of the slows that we need in the entire map.
I'm out of essence.
All right, not enough to do anything else with. It should be fine. We're going to start down here. And I'm going to move the speed back to normal. Just so I don't randomly get overtaken by anything. Okay. There we go. Alright, activate the icy wind once you know you have a good amount of enemies on the map. And this guy's dead. We got his key. We have enough essence to set up another trap here. Do that. With the AoE on that, it should actually turn into something really nice. Alright, and then this should give us an opportunity to kill the wargs here. If you can line them up, you'll be able to get a good amount of damage off that lightning. Alright, there's our second key. So we are good for everything that we will need on this map.
These ancient wonders need more essence.
Alright, and then the slows on the flame grill do extra nice damage. Oh, okay. That was a little dicey, but we made it out. 265, we spent about 100 already. Alright, so
I feel the craft crackling in these old wonders.
alright, looks like we only have enough for that one flame grill for now. We'll go ahead and get this started, and then we will dump the rest of the essence that we gain while defending over here into this area. We'll probably wind up summoning this guy because his range is pretty effective, and then also building this lava grill. Get a nice zap in. Lava girl do the rest of the work. Right. And we're gonna light up the lava grill. Bonus damage on that is pretty lovely. Now, the range on the ice bolt is pretty long. It's a little bit difficult to target it because of how it fires. Everything going on here. That I would summon that. Let's go ahead and get that done. And I'm probably going to want a potion here. Oh, not probably. I'll definitely want a potion there. Gonna activate another icy wind. Actually, we're gonna save the rest of that. One more potion. Lots of big scary things. Let's try to stun them over the fire. Alright, and lead him back to the trap. Alright. Didn't automatically refill here, but you get to wait during the preparation period for skills to recharge. So that works out. Alright, we're gonna have to deal with a couple more things happening over here. Let's go ahead and first lightning pillar up.
The traps are ready.
This flame grill, and I think that's all we'll be able to summon right now. Fine. And after this, we'll probably need to look at the store for purchasing a few more pieces of equipment just to make our hero a little bit more effective. A bit of an accident, but it worked out. This is going to be the final wave. They're going to drop another heavy guy on us. Alright, that's done. Hit the icy wind just because we got a lot of stuff on the map right now. And then we have the boss that'll be coming from the left side just a little bit. Yep, knew it.
It is coming.
Just get rid of these cog blinders before they slow down any of your traps. Encounter the boss, he will probably summon his protection orbs. Ice him. Oh whoops, iced me, okay. Ouch. Gonna buff this while it has the opportunity to deal a bit of damage. Alright, and then we buff our sentry here. Gonna try to freeze me again. We don't want to get frozen, mainly because if he hits me again, Sorceress does not have a lot of life. And we're not trying to have Zaps McSassy die. Alright, we get our 3 chests. Good research. We got the monster cage and the icicle field. Thank you. Alright, we got a Bergovian rune. So you get a bit of a trap discount. Trap discounts are super important in this. If you consider the amount of essence that you'll wind up spending on discounts versus the initial build cost of a trap, the upgrades spent on essence are definitely going to be where it's at. Okay, so this is just deal physical damage. Okay. Large stun, almost there. And we have this. So the icicle field combos very well with the gun sentry and other towers, not so much with the lightning pillar. The lightning pillar is a weird trap. I actually just don't like it that much, but at the same time, it becomes significantly more effective as you level it up due to the way that it builds up its damage. So decreasing the cooldown interval of 1 second here, and then adding the charge capacity allows it to just deal a lot of like really high rapid fire damage to armored targets, and that's really what it's meant to go up against. You don't have too many armored targets, or at least they don't spam them. Last upgrade for this previously cost 50 and now it's 43, so that's saving you 7 essence just on the last upgrade, and cumulative it's probably worth almost another trap. All right, but now we can go in here confidently.
My path does take me to strange places.
Okay, so we know from before that most of the wargs, the little enemies in here, don't matter at all. Here we are going to put this guy. I'm gonna add the slow and the AoE. The damage is really not necessary, but will probably be nice. I want to put an essence trap here because bonus essence when anything dies nearby is going to be super nice.
I'm so proud of these traps.
And then here we will put an ice trap. We're just going to add the damage and the slow effect. The vulnerability isn't important. And I think here, could add another essence trap. We won't have the cash for it immediately though. Alright, and so what we're going to want to do is teleport out here. And this is kind of where we'll start things. It will go boom, lightning, kill the warg. Then we're gonna kite him around a bit. Whoa. Ah, the gate information. Alright, we're gonna freeze them a bit and then head down here. I just missed that attack. That should get us some bonus essence, and that's really one of the things that I was trying to capitalize on here. Activate this again. And then we'll use this small bit of time, teleport back here. Start. Oh, health regenerates. We have to take him out all at once or not at all. Okay. That's interesting. Wasn't aware those were the stakes. Okay. Gotta head back one more time. Yep, he regenerated all of his HP. And we're going to need to use a potion. Alright, for the spike wave, we really just want to make sure that...
What's happening to me?
Oh, it adds a damage over time effect. Okay. That's problematic. And one thing's gotten through. I can't just walk back through the trees, which means we're going to lose another point on our rift. Oh no, it actually...
This one is trying to break through.
Nope, it made it in. I just couldn't see it on the map. Okay. So that's not too bad. The biggest issue there is I wasted a lot of time actually trying to kill the giant, and if I had built something other than the essence trap, such as this tower, or more importantly, probably just changed this over to I'm sorry, if this and this were fire traps, I'd probably be a bit safer. We can do this. This won't offer me much protection right now. Really do want to capitalize on as much ice damage as we can get out of everything right now. I think
The traps are ready.
that's probably the best we can do for now. All right, we'll start down here.
Monsters are coming.
We should be able to just take these out really fast. And I think we're okay now.
I'm running out of essence.
Oh, they wrecked that monster. All right, finally got a couple of small creatures coming out of here. Grub Shriek. Alright, for the most part, this should be pretty easy. We can do one of these. Probably should have done that a bit sooner. That was a waste of mana, but I think the gates are pretty much empty now, so I'll go ahead and freeze everything. We do have a giant coming through though. Should be right here. And I'd cast that a bit early. But it looks like it worked. Okay, so for this, go ahead and build a base version of that.
I'm so proud of these traps.
I don't have a mechanical trap to build over here. I really would have liked it. We'll just put this up for now and move on.
Steal my crown. They're still coming.
Go ahead and speed things up just so we can get everything down here.
I'm running out of essence.
Kind of just let everything walk in and die. All right. It's a bit safer than I expected it to be. Got anything else coming? Yeah, we do. One more group coming out of there. And that seems to be them. Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay, so I didn't realize that. If you want a close-up of any section of the map, you can hit M.
These ancient wonders need more essence.
Right, and effectively, here's our boss for the wave. Don't want to get hit with too many of these fire bolts. All right, let's see if we can get that to take down the rest of this giant for us. That should be it. Oh, did not see them. Almost got me because of it. Tried to activate that a little bit sooner for the bonus essence, but I misclicked. That's a lot of essence from just that wave. Okay, so we need to buff a lot of stuff over here. Definitely want this going. That will deal quite a bit of damage to whatever happens to be coming through here. We don't need this to be ice. It doesn't serve a purpose. Does if we pair it with this. Okay.
I'm so proud of these traps. I'm out of essence.
That works. Well. No. Okay. We don't really need the range increase. That should be everything though. Let's go ahead and finish this up.
It's not over yet.
Interesting. You can get some really up close details on things here. Adding some spell cooldown gear would probably allow you to fire off a lot more ice bolts. Alright, we got a bunch of things summoned from up top, so we're just gonna icy wind everything on the map. Still have something coming from that left gate. I can play with it, I guess. Alright, what would be the best way to deal as much damage as possible to these guys? Probably buffing that. And I haven't heard the boss show up yet. He should be here relatively soon. Because this is like the last batch of trash that I think gets spawned.
Boss approaching.
That's what I expected. Okay, it's coming from up here. So with everything that we have going, we can sell this. This isn't doing anything. We don't need this anymore. That's going to be a better choice. Because these guys are summons, they give 0 essence. Summons grub shrieks, rusalkas, and it deals poison damage. Alright, so don't get hit with the poison basically. You're a giant. Freeze everything. Ooh, run. Ooh. Gonna drop a potion just to not lose anymore. Ooh.
What is that creature doing in the gate?
Ah, that one made it through. That sucks.
Victory at last.
Yeah, she has a significantly harder time dealing with multiple enemies at once than the warden does, or the mercenary, sorry. I'm gonna keep making that mistake. I even said it in the video. Alright, 18 all resist, 40 damage on slowed enemies. She normally slows enemies with her ice bolt, so this basically says better damage against heavy enemies. Bonus mana is also good. 16 HP per hit. This gives her really effective HP regeneration. She has poor HP regen by default. She also doesn't have a lot of HP regen, so bonus HP and HP on hit is really nice for her as a character. So I think that and this are going to be kind of important. That can go to another character later on, so we'll hold on to that. This is Sorceress only. This basically gives us bonus offensive ability instead of defensive. I don't think crits are super important right now. And apparently this loses us about 31% of our defensive ability and a lot of HP. So I'm gonna hold off on that. I just get rid of it. This isn't any more defensive than what we have there, even with the resist because of the loss of armor. Okay. that can all be recycled via crafting now. All right, so we're gonna leave the map, and you know what? I think I'll go ahead and redo that off camera, just for the final research point, and that'll be the introduction to the Sorceress. That was pretty quick. Ran through 3 maps. Now let's leave it over there. Okay, so that's where we're gonna go for now, and I think that's all the decisions for now. Let me know if you guys are still interested in seeing more of this. It looks like a few people have been liking the mercenary videos, and they asked specifically to see the other 2 characters. So I'll probably do another video or 2 of the Sorceress, and then switch over to the Marksman and get a couple of those up, and then we'll decide where to go from there. Whether or not I'll just be playing this in my off time or recording more of it for the channel. And you know, this doesn't seem like it's really jiving with you guys. I'll probably put up a couple of other things that I have pending anyway, but just feel free to let me know as always, and you know, I'll try to get some more diverse stuff up for you guys. Either way, thanks as always for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate it. Ultimately, one of my goals for the channel this year, especially since it's still early, is to make sure that we get a bunch of different things up that sort of diversifies the tastes of games for the channel. Not just tower defense stuff, but maybe some action RPGs and other stuff too. So I don't know, we'll see. Either way, you guys have a great day, and as always, until next time, have a good one, folks.